Before the first teaser even finished looping on fan screens, the numbers had already made history. BTS's upcoming album ARIRANG has reportedly shattered expectations by surpassing 4 million pre-orders worldwide, sending shockwaves through the global music industry and reigniting the collective excitement of ARMY across continents. What makes the moment even more electrifying is Jin's highly visible role in the album's promotional campaign, signaling a new chapter for the group as they prepare to step back into the spotlight together. Industry observers describe the 4 million milestone as more than just an impressive statistic. It is a statement. In an era where physical album sales are increasingly rare feats at such scale, BTS once again demonstrates their unmatched purchasing power and cultural reach. Retail platforms in South Korea, Japan, the United States, and parts of Europe reportedly saw demand spike within hours of the pre-order announcement, with limited editions and special bundles quickly climbing to the top of bestseller charts. Social media timelines flooded with screenshots of confirmation emails, countdown graphics, and fan-organized bulk buying projects, creating a digital wave that felt less like a marketing campaign and more like a global festival. At the center of the buzz stands Jin, whose active involvement in promotions has become a major talking point among fans and analysts alike. From surprise live broadcasts and behind-the-scenes clips to playful interactions on official BTS channels, his presence has injected a warm, personal energy into the rollout. Rather than relying solely on polished teasers, the campaign has leaned into authenticity, short practice room moments, candid laughter during concept photo shoots, and Jin teasing details about the album's themes without giving too much away. Each appearance seems carefully timed, yet effortlessly charming, keeping anticipation simmering while fueling daily conversations online. The album title ARIRANG itself has added another layer of intrigue. Drawing from one of Korea's most iconic folk songs, the name hints at a project rooted in heritage while still pushing forward into new musical territory. Fans have begun speculating about how traditional motifs might be woven into modern production, whether through melodic references, lyrical symbolism, or visual storytelling in upcoming music videos. The record-breaking pre-orders suggest that whatever direction BTS is taking, listeners are ready to follow them there, no questions asked. Behind the scenes, music industry insiders suggest that the massive pre-order count reflects months of meticulous planning. Multiple album versions, collectible photo books, randomized photo cards, and exclusive retailer bonuses have all played their part, but many agree that the true driving force remains the group's enduring bond with their audience. BTS's reputation for storytelling, sincerity, and evolution has built a level of trust that few artists ever achieve, turning each new release into an event rather than just another entry on a release calendar. Jin's role feels particularly symbolic in this cycle. Often celebrated for his humor and emotional vocals, he now appears positioned as one of the faces guiding fans through the ARIRANG era, bridging excitement with reassurance. His messages emphasize gratitude and teamwork, subtly reinforcing that this comeback is not just about breaking records, but about reconnecting with listeners who have waited eagerly for the group's next major statement. As the release date draws closer, the 4 million pre-order figure may only be the beginning. With teaser schedules still unfolding and more concept reveals on the horizon, speculation is already swirling about just how high the final numbers could climb. One thing is certain, BTS has once again transformed anticipation into spectacle, and with ARIRANG poised to dominate charts before it even officially arrives, the world is watching closely, ready to press play the second the countdown hits 0. The scale of the anticipation surrounding ARIRANG has begun to ripple far beyond music charts, spilling into fashion trends, tourism conversations, and even academic commentary about BTS's continuing influence on global pop culture. Universities and media outlets have started referencing the pre-order phenomenon as another case study in fandom mobilization, while local businesses near rumored filming locations report sudden upticks in visitors hoping to catch a glimpse of production activity. Every hint, whether a cryptic emoji posted by the members or a blurred reflection in a behind-the-scenes photo, has been dissected within minutes, turning ordinary posts into headline-generating moments. Jin's promotional presence continues to anchor this whirlwind. During recent live streams, he has spoken candidly about the group's preparation process, describing long recording sessions that stretch late into the night and choreography rehearsals that leave everyone breathless but energized. His tone remains light and teasing, but between jokes, he drops small clues about the album's emotional direction, suggesting that ARIRANG will explore themes of reunion, resilience, and the journey BTS has shared with their fans over the years. Those remarks alone have sparked trending hashtags, with ARMY trading theories about which tracks might lean towards soaring anthems and which could dive into more introspective territory. Meanwhile, global distributors are reportedly bracing for unprecedented shipping volumes. Warehouses are expanding temporary storage space, and international retailers are coordinating staggered delivery schedules to cope with demand. Some platforms have even introduced queue systems for special editions, a move that only heightens the sense that this release is shaping up to be one of the most logistically complex album rollouts in recent memory. For many fans, simply securing a copy feels like being part of a historic race, one fueled by excitement rather than competition. Creative collaborators have added subtle fuel to the fire as well. Stylists and visual directors linked to previous BTS projects have posted vague captions about heritage meeting the future, while producers known for blending traditional instrumentation with contemporary beats have been spotted entering HYBE's studios. Though nothing has been officially confirmed, such breadcrumbs are enough to keep speculation engines roaring. The idea that ARIRANG could fuse cultural symbolism with stadium-sized pop has become a dominant narrative, reinforcing the sense that BTS is preparing something both intimate and monumental. All of this momentum feeds into a broader conversation about longevity, how BTS continues to command such extraordinary attention more than a decade into their career. Commentators point to their adaptability, their evolving sound, and the sincerity with which they communicate with fans as key ingredients. Jin's warm, front-and-center role in promotions underscores that dynamic perfectly, presenting a familiar face guiding listeners into a new era, while reminding them of the bond that has carried the group through countless milestones. As countdown clocks multiply across fan accounts and teaser calendars fill up with mysterious titles and timestamps, the 4 million pre-order figure has taken on a symbolic weight. It is no longer just a number attached to an album, it's a snapshot of global anticipation at its peak, a collective inhale before the music finally drops. And if the early signs are any indication, ARIRANG is not simply poised to make noise, it's preparing to echo across the industry, setting the tone for BTS's next chapter long before the first track even begins to play. As the promotional campaign accelerates, the narrative surrounding ARIRANG has begun to feel less like a routine comeback cycle and more like a cultural moment unfolding in real time. Entertainment programs across Asia and Western markets alike are reportedly lining up special segments dedicated to BTS's return, while radio hosts tease upcoming airplay and interview slots with barely concealed excitement. The sheer volume of coverage reflects how the group's activities still operate on a scale few artists can rival, turning every announcement into international news within minutes. Jin's visibility continues to be a defining thread in this unfolding story. Recently released concept clips feature him at the forefront, moving between dramatic, cinematic poses and softer, reflective moments that hint at the album's emotional duality. In voiceover-style teasers, his calm tone delivers short lines about journeys, separation, and reunion, phrases that fans immediately latch onto as potential lyrical motifs. Screenshots of these moments circulate endlessly online, paired with slowed-down audio analyses and translations in dozens of languages, proof of how deeply invested listeners remain in decoding every frame. Merchandise connected to the album has also begun selling at a blistering pace. Limited-run apparel, posters, and special collector's boxes reportedly vanish from online storefronts within minutes of going live, prompting restocks and secondary market listings that only add to the frenzy. Pop-up stores rumored to accompany the release have become hot topics on fan forums, with people swapping travel plans and budgeting strategies weeks in advance. For many, the ARIRANG era is shaping up not just as a musical experience, but as a season-long event, complete with visuals, fashion statements, and shared rituals. Cultural commentators have noted how the album's title and marketing seem to tap into a broader sense of reflection about identity and roots, themes that resonate strongly at a time when global audiences are increasingly curious about cross-cultural storytelling. BTS has long positioned itself at the intersection of Korean heritage and worldwide pop appeal, and ARIRANG appears poised to continue that tradition on an even grander scale. Jin's promotional messaging, often centered on gratitude and connection, reinforces that idea, framing the comeback as a dialogue between artists and fans rather than a one-sided spectacle. Behind the polished teasers, however, there is also a quieter narrative of discipline and preparation. Insiders speak of extended recording schedules, meticulous choreography revisions, and late-night production meetings designed to ensure that every detail aligns with the album's ambitious concept. That level of care is part of what keeps expectations so high. Audiences have learned to trust that BTS rarely releases anything without layers of thought behind it. With pre-orders already eclipsing 4 million and more announcements still to come, industry forecasts are growing increasingly bold. Analysts speculate about first-week sales figures that could challenge long-standing records, along with chart performances that may dominate both domestic and international rankings. Yet, amid all the projections and headlines, the emotional core of the moment remains front and center, a group reconnecting with its audience, a member like Jin stepping forward with warmth and humor, and millions of fans counting down together toward a single release date. The air around ARIRANG feels charged with inevitability, as if the album's impact is already being written before anyone has heard the opening track. Each teaser, each livestream, and each new statistic only tightens the spotlight, drawing the world's attention closer and closer to the moment BTS finally lets the music speak for itself.